I needed to recording one more episode. This is October 25, 2023, and what I'm going to talk about today is it's depend on the spirits also, because I immediately I felt spirits here, but it maybe is because I'm going to talk about this with the DNA, and I have written to some of my ancestors, not my ancestor, but those people that is related to me, and all of those people deny when I talking to them in family search that owns and belong to the Mormon church, and if not to cause me any troubles in that way that they take me to a church or something. I would say this is not fact. It's what I am thinking it is, and it maybe can be true, and it maybe can be something wrong with it. But I want to tell you, and you that have followed me, you know that I say when first 2016 I was in Jerusalem when I heard from heaven that I should do my DNA, and I was not interested to do any DNA or my family tree, because I thought I was only a Scandinavian, that I didn't have anything abroad from Scandinavia or the Nordic countries. But as I obey God, I obey what they tell me now in afterlife, because I have talked about that I should only have the good afterlife. There is an afterlife that is bad, that affect us here on earth. It's not only those in heaven that have been approved to be in heaven that affect us, but those other that live in the darkness also can come and touch us. And I have said that I don't want to have with them to do. I only listen at those in the positive afterlife. And then when I come back from Israel, I didn't have any money, more money. I have reached what I could afford until the next time I got retirement. And I have talked about how I could come to Israel without have any money. I got money from God in that time also. Every time I travel, I get it from God. because I obey what he is telling me to do. It's not about vacation somewhere, laying on the beach, be lazy. I work hard when I travel for those in afterlife and God. And I come home and I check it out how much money it was to pay for a DNA test, and I did it on Family Search because I didn't know anything. I didn't know anything about the Mormon Church. I didn't know, and I didn't have so much money, but I felt that it was not time to wait, and it have been every time the afterlife and God is telling me to do something, I need to do it immediately, as fast as I can. So when I come home, I didn't have so much money left, and not in my bank either, because God have told me to. I don't need the money on the bank account because He is going to give me, and that He said for 20 years ago, and it have been like that, and I pay for a DNA test immediately when I come back to Sweden, and I didn't have any money left, but I had food in my home, so it was only to wait and not do anything more than wait for the next retirement money to come in. So I did that, and I be very surprised that it was not what I was thinking. My family tree was not like what I expected it to be. And first I saw the first result I got from my DNA was that I had some in United States, up in the north, in Alaska, like that. And I find out that it is my grandmother, her brother left Sweden to work in United States, and he got maybe it is 8 children, and they have spread all over United States. But then I saw mostly is it that when someone moved to United States and it works out for them. Some people are poor and they die poor in America, or they get money enough to could come back to Sweden. But some success, and he was one of these success, and they have a small city that have the name on their name. The last name, the sure name, is Free Strong, free streaming. It's a small village, and then I found out more later on, and I found out that I was related to our king here in Sweden. But as I was related to the king of Sweden, that means I didn't know, but I know it today, that if you are related to royals in 400 years ago, for example, like that, today they don't do that in the royal family, because our king in Sweden, he married not an ordinary girl, but not a royal girl, but a wealthy girl, a woman, but not with a royal title. And that have they done some royals today. So, but in the old time, if you have royals 400 years ago, and then you know that you are related to all royals in the world, and to very much businessmen, women that have lots of money. I am related to Rothschild, the most wealthy family in the world. That Rothschild is the real kings, that they own the whole world in money. And of course God is he that have this planet, but they have the money that you can see. And so I come to know the truth by doing this DNA, and it maybe will come some more, because it's just now, this 4 days ago, I took contact with a man, and he was new, he say, in this, to do his family tree. And I say, your surname, that is a rare surname, I got it in my DNA in the beginning, so it's very strong surname that connected with me. And he wrote me back first a little, wanted to want to know more how we were connected, but I didn't know, because it's my family tree is so extremely big, so it's hard to. I will never finish it. It will never end, because it's down from the beginning of human exist, and there was rulers the whole time, so they are in the historic books. And so he come back and say that he have taken contact with those that do family search, and that's Mormon church. And he say that I didn't exist. It was no one was connected with me, and he said that it was fake, everything like that. He say, and the family search say you don't have any real family tree, and he was very bad to me, wrote me, and so I didn't talk to him anymore. I let him stay where he was, and I was thinking it's more important for me to do my family tree and not talk to those people. It's so much angry people to me because they see that I am royal related, and they hate royals people. It's very, very bad to be. It should be the opposite, but it's create hate as soon as they see that I'm related to our king or other king and queens. And then I start to see it now, the truth, that I am in the church, the Mormon church. I be a member because that helped me in that way that I didn't need to pay my research of the family tree. It cost me nothing. So I was thinking that then I become a member of the church, and I was not against the church. That was the closest belief in how I believed in God, and but then have it changed. It have changed much. Like they accepted homosexual people, for example, and they are talking more like Jesus is God, Jesus Christ is God. More and more they turn away from how they were in 2016 when I become to be a member of the church, and then they only want people to research 5 generations, because that 5 generation is to Joseph Smith, the founder of the church. It's is going up 5 generations that creates Joseph Smith, maybe his parents, but then it doesn't go longer than that. And when they say that you are a DNA match, that they mean if you are not a DNA match with someone, that means you are DNA match maybe after 5 generations. And it's 5 generations, it's not so far away. It was in 1800. It was for 200 years ago, and then it stopped. So you can be related for 250 years to someone. But the family search does say that you have no DNA with that person. And but they have needed to make a DNA result, the match in the tree that was started. But I have told you that my family tree is not there because one morning when I was very sleepy, I opened up the my family search tree, and I had many family trees there, so I was thinking I should clean it up. And then I deleted my DNA family tree. So I have to start over again with what I knew. So I don't know how it looked like, but for other people, they maybe search for the first DNA tree that was deleted, and it's not what I know today there. And I told you that have listened when I was talking about DNA, I knew that I have to be very fast to do my DNA. And first I was thinking, when I got my DNA result, I saw it was far down. It's from the beginning of a human race. It's like in the Bible, Adam and Eve. From that I could trace down the whole way. And I was thinking that that's what I was thinking 2016, that the more people are doing their DNA, the more the trace is going away, because it's going to be spread so very much. And now I see it. It was true, what I felt from afterlife, that I needed to do it very quick. I had no time to wait for money to come in. I had to pay for it immediately when I come back from Israel. And it was true, because now it's I can't go down to that beginning of the tree if it was not that I have done the work already, when it starts to be this hate. And I have that in a secret place. I have the whole trace done. And it was because a mother of a missionary for the Mormon church, she said that, do you know that you can trace your family down very deep? There is a tool to do it that people don't know about, she say. And then she gave me that address to open up my tree in a real place, in a secret place, where it's like AI, artificial intelligent, place it up the whole tree. And it have nothing with the tree to do that people can see. So it doesn't matter for me, but it was very important that I did my tree so quick as I could before they start to take away all the trash for people. like ordinary people that come in there and check out where they are from. And so it's only some people that is very deep involved in this family search that know about this. And I'm talking like this because they hide away the DNA now, and the DNA should only go to Joseph Smith in that time when they come to United States, when they come to America. And because the trace, I am related to Joseph Smith in many ways, but his parents they were from England and Ireland, and those I am in the Ireland and England and this with my family tree, and they don't want people to know that in the Mormon church, that they want to have this saga, the fairy tale that they were walking down to Utah. They were first around New York and Missouri, and then they come down to Utah, and they say they have walking with a wagon with their belongings, and they were starving. They were very hard work. That they want people to believe in that, but that's a lie. That's a very, very lie. And that's why they stopped the DNA to be found more than when Joseph Smith was born in America, but his parents come from England, from Ireland and England, and they don't want us to know that because they were royals. But Joseph Smith's grandparents was royals. They had money, but they want it to sound, and people should believe that they were poor people that was working hard to build up the religion, their temples and those things, and then they don't want people to know it was very much Jewish people that helped them to build up the Mormon church. But if you know the rules in Mormon church is very close to the Jewish rules, and it is those step by step. You are not allowed to know everything. They hide the truth for you, and you get to know more and more about their history, and some of it is lie, and I don't know, but I believe that those that is in the highest level in the room, they know the truth, but they don't tell other. And for me, I have only come into the first step. They don't want me to get more step, and today am I not allowed to be in the temple either. So for me, it doesn't matter if they kick me out from the church, because I know now where I'm coming from. I have done my DNA, my family tree, not in details. I say I will never be finished with it, but I know what's going on. I know these traits, and on my mother's side, it is very much royals in hers. But my father is the same thing. He was also a royal related, and I think it's that's one reason why they come together, because I have seen their DNA, my mother and father's DNA, is going together at least 3-4 times in the family tree, but it's not today. It's maybe 200-300 years ago, but they are going together. And my father was Jewish and my mother was Jewish, so they have something in common that put them together. And that it doesn't matter if they kick me out from the church now, because I'm really done with the family tree. I know it was not from my mother and the father that they were with Joseph Smith. It's coming where my grandmothers are, and the fathers they didn't know who they were, but my mother told me that my grandmother was living. They were working in the castles. They were not royals, but they was working in the castle and be pregnant with those royals that was there in the castle, and so I be related to royals. So it is the Mormon Church, the family church. They try to buy all these places where they do the DNA. They don't want people to do the DNA. They told me that from the beginning, that I should not do my DNA. We should only check out the church books about where we're coming from. And I have seen that it's a lie in those church books, because the fathers that is in the church books, they are not the real fathers, because the fathers is in my DNA. So I have find those disappeared fathers, and so it's not the same as it says in the church books, but they want us to look into church books, but because that's not the spirit thing, it's what it is. In there, they travel around into the family houses and ask who lives here and who is the children, but sometimes they don't listen. Those that the preachers that was traveling around and ask who I am in this family, and of course some doesn't want to tell that this child have no father. So they say, it's he, and pointing out that man in that house. But it was not the father, but they hide it in that way that they say it's his child. And it was no DNA test to do for the preachers. So they write down what they heard. So I have found out much lies with when I know my DNA, and they don't want us to make the DNA because then you know the truth. Like our king, Oscar II. It was in the beginning of 1800 and 1900. And I have at least 2 children from him in my family tree. But they have other fathers. But my DNA have told me that they are the king's children. But in the church books it says another names. So the DNA doesn't lie. You can't change the... it was saliva I spit in a small container and send it to Ireland, and it can't be changed because the DNA stand there, and it is not a blood test. It's you spit it, and so it's been more and more truth I get from afterlife. Those, they are here, and I'm going to wait for if they want to say something. It's someone is touching me on my chakra up in the top of my head. Is it someone that touched me, and that means it is God. And it is God because it's different. It's up in the top in the chakra and go down in my on my head, and not going down in the rest of the body. Is in the top, because that's how he described himself. He's in the top. I have not thinking like that before, but now I understand it. That's why he touched me every time in the chakra when he's coming through. So I will see if it's something he want to tell, or if it is he want to tell me about the top of the head. It's like fingers going down from the chakra down. It's not slim vessels that going. It's like fingers from the top and going down to half of my face. It's not deep down. He's saying, mercy, have mercy. It seems like he wants to tell me that this with Israel, is it? You know, if you are here, listen later, then I need to tell you that is about this war with Gaza. And he's telling us that now he is down on the hall, way to my neck. And he's saying that it have just now in this minute, it have coming together enemies on both sides have coming together to do the fight. So it's more countries going into the war that we have now. Some say conflict. That's a milder way to say war. And they have make a decision now. That's what God is saying that to me. They have make a decision. And I ask him, is it negative or positive? Because they can come together to stop, to make peace and help people. But they can also make a decision to go on a real full-scale war over the world. When I ask him, he's saying this, that he is the only one that know it just now. What the end will be. He say it's the beginning of the end, he is saying. So we are very close now. We are very close to know the decision this planet have taken. By the way, how those leaders for the world communicate with each other and what they have decide to do, because God doesn't kill. It's people that kill. And he is saying that what is said is said in this podcast. You know what God have told us to store up, to clean up our home. And I will come and get you, he's saying now. If you do that, it will not be that you only laying there on the street and they have killed you. And it's not going to be that. He's going to take you up to his place, that doing what you should do. That's what he's saying. He's showing me like a cloud, but it does it be more like, that I think it's more like it's going to be alien, it's going to be UFO that will come and get us. Because I have had this prophetic dreams, real dreams, that is prophetic, that I have one very, very clear dream, awakened dream, was that it was full of people and I was standing there in the crowded place, and then it come this UFO, and we heard a voice from that UFO, a loudly voice saying my name out from the crowd. And I think it means that it's not only me, it's you that do the right thing. You will be called out from that crowd. We are not going to be a big crowd that going to heaven. It's a personal God we live under. So he know our name, and he call us by name. And those other people, I know that they look very shocked because they didn't know that I was one of them that was called out. And that's what it have been. I was called out from the beginning. And he say, have mercy, have mercy. He say that. It's a key word that I need to pondering about. I must think about it and find out why he say that. To be mercy. Of course, God is merciful when he places us aside, that we should not be involved in this war conflict, and we should not be killed because we are set aside. That's what he is saying, set aside. And mercy, that's the key words of today. So now he make this hand, waving hand, that he is leaving. It is not his hand, of course. It's a symbolic way to see it. So I thank you for listening and that you follow me. I see that it's coming more and more people on YouTube to listen, because you don't need. I don't think you need to pay for it to listen at YouTube. I don't know if you have to pay for the platform you are on and listen. But I see that YouTube have been more increased now since the war started. But it is not the episode about war that have increased. All episodes have increased on YouTube. So thank you, and God bless you.